everyone. I just wanted to thank those of you who have left comments on my videos and given me feedback. It's been great, and it's cool to see that people are watching my videos and enjoying them. And so yeah, I'll keep making more. Today I went to a bird sanctuary with my boyfriend. It's probably about an hour's drive from our house, and we've gone there a couple of times. It's basically just like a big, like a bunch of trails and little lakes and ponds and water, the kind of marshy areas for the birds to come and stay. They're not caged or anything, and they just basically, it's just land that's dedicated to the different birds that come at different times of year. You'll see different species there. Today we saw a lot of ducks and geese, and some cranes and herons. That was pretty much it. Some little sparrow-type birds, pretty standard birds. Some cool, they're called sandhill cranes, and they're like your kind of white crane, but they're not, they're actually like a golden brown color, but then they've got a red head, all over on their heads, and yeah, they're really cool looking. They're nesting right now, and they're really vicious when they're nesting, so you can't go anywhere near them, but they're nice to look at. And there were lots of baby like goslings and ducklings as well, and they're kind of some of them were kind of, transitioning into adults, so they're kind of like, they're bigger, almost the size of their parents, but they've got still that fluffy, downy feathers on parts of them, and they're really, really cute. And I actually was feeding them out of my hands, which I've never really done before. I was kind of a little bit nervous at first that they would bite me, but they weren't. They didn't. They were just really funny and cute. At the end of it took us about an hour and a half to walk through the whole thing, and at the end we still had lots of, so you can buy little bags of bird seed to give them, and at the end we still had lots left because we hadn't really used a lot of it. So there was some ducks just hanging out of the sort of back at the entrance where we started from, and so we used up, I think that they hang out there because it probably happens a lot that people get back there and still have lots of food left, so they're pretty smart to hang out there. There was tons of them. And at one point my boyfriend just poured like a whole bunch of seed into my hands, and I had 10 or 12 of them, of these ducks, eating out of my hands at the same, all at once. They were just swarmed around me and got crazy. It was so funny. It was really cool. So, we just went there for a couple hours, and it was really, really hot and sunny, but there's a nice breeze coming off of the water, reading Dead-Eye Dick, actually. After reading you guys the first chapter, I remembered, anyway, just kind of piqued my interest again, so I was reading that today. It's a really cool book. And I'm kind of I haven't read anything by this author in a while, so I'd kind of just forgotten about him, but I'm kind of like rediscovering him and remembering how awesome he is as a writer. His writing style is really, really good. So I came across a cool part in the book as I was reading. I might read that next. It's another, probably chapter or so, a few chapters in. So that might be my next video. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up staying in this room. I'm back in my music room, which is on the traffic side of the house, but I don't know, in the last couple of videos, those wind chimes were actually louder, I think, than the traffic noises, so I'm probably better off here. But we'll see. I guess it doesn't really matter where I do these videos from, as long as they're not any really loud noises. Yeah, I think that's probably about all I have to talk about right now. Yeah, I don't know, birds are cool. That's about all my day's been today. It's just that the birds actually, went to work in the morning, but that's just for a couple of hours, so